Hello, listeners. Welcome to the Dream Stream. I am your host, Yiskah Koock, and I'm here with another wise dream. I don't mean another wise, but I'm here with a wise dream worker, another dream worker, and I'm thrilled to do dream work with you, Carla. And I want to start by saying, I was talking about in the last podcast. Black Lives Matter is such a strong theme right now, and that it really affected me, the murder of a man that I actually was saying his name wrong. And in honor of the movement, like say their names, I feel it's very important that I say his name correctly. So I was speaking of the murder of Philando Castile. So I just wanted to honor that movement by correcting myself. So Dr. Carla Mazzeo, it's great to see you here. How are
Hello.
you? How are you? How is your dream
All right.
life?
It's okay. It's okay. It's happening.
Yes. In an instructive way, in a kind of
Well, at this point,
subliminal way.
yeah, I'm very aware of my dreams when I'm asleep. However, I am and I'm in them and I'm conscious of them, but I'm choosing not to write them down at
Okay.
this current time,
Mm-hmm.
but just to sit with them and let
Yes.
the sleep and the dream be there. I acknowledge the information, but I don't need to um, I don't need to um,
Have an intellectual rendering of the
yeah,
story.
right, exactly. I feel like I'm doing the complete process during the night, so I'm trying to streamline it. Um, Unless there's something that really stands out for me to write it down, or if I feel um, knowing or the sense to write it down,
Yeah.
or to even share it or talk about it.
Yes.
I'm kind of holding it a little closer these days,
Okay. Okay. It's
and
very
it's
nice.
you
I
know
always I always feel that.
they're helpful. They're always helpful, and
Yeah.
it's interesting. And one of the recent ones I wrote about was innocence. I had a dream about innocence. Um, but you had a dream. You said you had a dream with the dream group that you wanted to share. So I was curious to
Yeah,
see.
I would like we'll do both. I'd love to work on both of those dreams because you already sort of introduced yours. Do you want to start?
I'm gonna table that for right now.
Okay. Okay, good. You're holding it close.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about dream locales with you because there's a couple of different distinct places that I frequent in my dreams. There's like motel, there's also like a hotel with an escalator. It looks more like a mall. And it seems like different stories happen in these different places. So this was one of the, I believe, motel dreams. And so I have a sense that I don't know why, because I never used to play beer pong. I was always more of a quarters girl, you know. I could hold a quarter by the wings, and let it fly into the cup. So that was the beer game that I played. I never really played, maybe I did once, played beer pong, but ever since we were playing beer pong, and I was with a bunch of people, I think just guys. And then there's one guy that I see, he's sort of lying back on one of these big couches, and I think, oh, I want to come back and talk to him after I do, don't remember what. And and that was one of the dreams, because my question about that dream is, like it felt like there's going to be a new meeting that's going to be significant. I'm just using it now for the literal way, but like what could that symbolize more metaphorically is my question.
Oh, wait, so your dream was that you were in a motel or a hotel or some place and
Yes.
playing beer pong,
Yes.
and there was a meeting with a guy, but you had to do something and then you were coming back.
I yes, all of that, yes. But you know what it felt like is like it felt like one of those high school trips to when I was like a junior in high school. We went down to Daytona Beach, Florida, and we had like a big cooler filled with like grain alcohol and juice and fruit, and it was one of the more unhealthy unhealthy times in my youth. But kind of felt like that, like we all had gone away together because we were playing beer pong. That's what I associate with beer pong, playing a drinking game.
Hmm. And what were you leaving and coming back? Who was this guy?
So he was someone who I had known him from something. I'm like, oh, you're here, and it makes me wonder, actually. I've had Oh, it really makes me wonder this. I've had a guide in my dreams that often does whatever feat I need to do ahead of me to show me that I can do this. So, for instance, the guide jumped once in a dream from the dock to the ship. And I was like, okay, I'm going. And I was then able to do it. I had well, now, I mean, this is all right now. I'm
Hmm.
having a feeling he's like that guide
Ah,
persona.
so showing you the way.
Yeah.
So can you say again in the dream you were, can you explain that part? I didn't catch it where you were doing that part with the person.
Um, I was just, had been playing a drinking game, and I think I was walking to the kitchen. I have like a feeling I was going to make a sandwich or something pretty banal, like it was really not a, a big gesture that I was walking by him. But this is interesting, because if it is my association of having gone to Daytona Beach in high school, and then those years in high school and again in early college, I really was drinking too much, and other substances as well. And so that's talking to me right now as I sit here sipping my Mexican coffee with tequila in it. So
Really?
really, I'm drinking that. Really, I am.
Wait, there's tequila in your coffee?
just a just a just a shot, just a splash. I feel like
So,
I'm microdosing tequila.
okay.
Yeah,
So you're saying who else was in the room? Anyone else in this
yeah.
game?
There was a lot of just like average shirtless, high school guys.
Oh, it was all guys.
I think it was all guys.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't feel, I mean, as you might feel, that misogyny is afoot if you're in a bikini in Daytona Beach,
Were you in a bikini?
drunk. Not in the dream, but in Daytona Beach, I was.
Okay.
I'm
Wow.
just associating.
I never did that spring break stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
You
Wow,
you
okay.
didn't miss anything?
No, I never wanted to do that.
Yeah,
Like the crowds and the craziness.
yeah, not you,
So,
and
okay.
not you at all.
Yeah,
So
no.
that's interesting. I mean, I'm not crazy drinking. I'll have maybe one drink a day, and
Wow,
some
that's
and
unusual for
some
you.
days, no drinks.
I don't think that you were ever a drinker.
Oh yes,
I didn't think you like alcohol actually at all.
really.
Yeah,
That's
I
that's
thought you never drink.
awesome. I love that you had that idea of me.
I did
I had a
because it's surprising to
big,
me.
big drinking, vomiting, drinking into high school, early college, freshman year. I I did maybe have a problem, and I stopped. So, but I'm thinking maybe the guide is here to say, hey, remember back in the days you went to Daytona Beach and you were like drinking too much and you filled the cooler with grain alcohol and fruit juice and oranges, and yeah, well, maybe you want to like not have a splash of tequila in your coffee daily
What was your intention?
for the
Why
dream.
do you think you were drinking?
Why am I drinking?
Well, why were you then, or why now
Oh
are
no,
you?
then I was 17. I didn't know myself.
Say more about it, because there's a lot to say about it. Just like there is about pot, there's a lot to say about alcohol.
Okay. So, well, I'm trying to remember where in the chronology of my life would that vacation be. If I was a junior in high school, it would have been when my it's always comes down to my mom, right? I mean, it always does. Um, I would have just found out she was diagnosed with cancer. So
Mm.
would have begun that journey that
So,
ultimately took her
okay.
life when I was 25.
So at 17,
So at 17, so maybe that would have been part of the reason
and
why I just
that is
wanted
a,
to drink. I just wanted to drink. I wanted to not not even have that be part of my reality.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now I'm drinking because I'm bored. I'm bored.
Are you really bored?
I'm not bored at all. I'm really not
So why did
bored.
you say that?
What it comes down to is similar reasons why I like, well, marijuana I have a different relationship with because it's also my medicine. But I used to feel about marijuana, well, every moment could be enhanced with a little marijuana. Like, choose any moment and you can enhance it. So I think that's what I'm feeling about the little shot of alcohol these days.
All right, to enhance it.
Yeah.
To enhance it, because what would happen about enhancing? What about enhancing it?
Make it more interesting to
Mm,
me.
hmm. Okay. Okay. So it's more interesting because um, life makes more sense that way, and death.
Well, I don't know. It connects me with a certain social group that we have like a happy hour together every week. And that's how I had started enjoying tequila, and it's white tequila. It's
Hmm.
so good.
Hmm.
Luna Azul, I think. And
Good.
and we got margarita mix, um and I discovered Mexican coffee. So it's just a nice like break from how hard life can be.
So it's different than marijuana for you? How is it different?
Um, it's likely the same reason that if the marijuana was recreational for me, which it has been, and can be for sure, um, then it's very much similar.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying it's a social thing,
Right.
and it is also associated with, sorry, are you?
I'm good.
Okay. Also associated with a painful experience of life for your mom and her mortality, life and death.
Maybe it puts me in that more open state of being open to life and death.
Hmm. Or you wanted to party, you're saying that there's a celebrate, you wanted to celebrate life in a way. You wanted to be with these guys, you wanted to play the game,
Yeah.
you wanted to kind of check out a bit and enjoy and celebrate life, you
Right.
know, so close to death. Did it seem to kind
And
of
I think of tequila.
counterbalance a bit,
Did it seem to what?
counterbalance the death you were dealing with?
Um, it did. This is why I attributed my early years of smoking marijuana was because I just wanted to dull how intense life could be.
Mm,
So now it served that same purpose. I also believe tequila all the more so because I believe the Mexican acknowledgement, the folk art depicting death, the Day of the Dead, is a more reverent culture that
mm,
is honoring that stage of the soul's life, and so in that way, I feel like drinking tequila is
mm.
more appropriate for
Interesting.
me
So the agave, is it the
than
agave?
yeah,
The yucca
yeah,
plant, and
exactly.
you have the worm in it.
No, that's mezcal. This is
Oh, okay.
not, and this is white tequila. It's so good.
So
Come
there's
o-
no worm in
come
tequila?
over. I'll make you a margarita.
You know, I learned how to do a shot when I was in Mexico.
Really?
Yeah, it was with my family, my host family, and they showed me how to do a shot with the lime and the salt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Salt shot.
The tequila is it's its own, you know, every kind of liquor has its own energy to it,
I love tequila.
which is interesting, right? So it comes from a plant.
Yes.
Is it the
Yes.
yucca plant?
I believe it is the yucca plant.
Okay, I think so, unless that's
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Um,
believe it is the yucca plant. And there's only like two regions in Mexico where they can make tequila.
hmm.
And one of them is called tequila.
So
My friend,
that was always your that was the drink you liked,
yeah.
not anything else.
Well, I did drink Uncle someone's rum. What was that one?
Okay.
Uncle, oh gosh. Well, that's good that I no longer remember. Yeah, it was like a spicy rum,
Okay.
and really liked that. Yeah, I would say those.
So it was a grain alcohol in the dream. What's the grain alcohol? Is that the tequila?
Yuck. No, it's just like the highest grain alcohol, but no taste. And so you
Okay.
just drink it, and we made it with like, I mean, it's like what you drink when you want to get
It, it's what
out of your head, like
right, right,
boom. So
right.
yeah, we had done that, and um,
So is it like an opiate?
I don't know what an opiate would be like.
I don't know, but that kind of checking out. So the grain alcohol that it's
I think it was more like, I don't know if this is a word, vomitous.
okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
wanted to throw up,
Oh no, you mean you will throw up.
but did you?
Want it or not, if you're
Yeah.
drinking green alcohol, that's in your future.
So, so it was a game. What was the game?
Like I said, it's beer pong. So it's like hitting a ping pong with your ping pong paddle and letting it bounce and then land in a beer. And if it lands in the beer, then you drink that beer.
So the whole point was to get drunk
Yeah.
and to be with guys and their shirts off in a
No,
bikini.
I don't no, I don't feel that there was
I
any
mean, or was there a sexual?
misogyny going on.
No, all right, but no, like a
Like
sexual component. You know, you were coming into your sexuality. You're a teenager. You're 17. Your mom's dying. She's the feminine in your life, and you're coming in. You know, you're past puberty and you're blossoming as a young woman. And so, what about that piece? Just in the dreamscape, there were these guys.
they yeah, I mean I even think these are the guys that I met in Daytona Beach.
How
Uh,
many times were you in Daytona?
I was with three girlfriends,
Mhm.
and then we met random people from other high schools
How,
around the
I
country.
thought that was only college that people went.
You know, we were 17.
That's young.
I never went in college to
So
those
you,
things.
how many times did you go in high school?
Just that one time.
Just the one time. Okay. That was crazy, right? That's a crazy place to be at 17.
They drive on the beach. That's a crazy place to be at any age.
I know, but especially 17, you're so young and so vulnerable. And it's amazing that nothing bad happened. You know, I mean, people can be
Thank,
molested,
thank goodness. Yeah, thank
alcohol
goodness.
poisoning, all of that, you know. That.
Yes, I'm very grateful.
So, but so your parents let you go.
Yes.
Why did they let you
But I
go?
also have to say this was the 1980s, and there wasn't the helicopter parenting in my
I know
world
that's true. And
that there is
you're
today. And now
no,
we all know about Natalie Holiday, the young woman who disappeared in Aruba, from her school. She was whatever on a trip.
that long ago.
And so now we all know about the dangers. So now I don't know. I have sons. I don't know what that, but my friends who have daughters, they let their daughters. You have to.
Right.
And
No, I know. I was on a bus to Vermont with my sister, and when we were preteen, when we were just early teens.
yeah,
And we were given $20. We thought we were rich, and put on a bus and sent to Vermont to visit
sent to
our.
your other sisters,
Yeah, yeah.
Joan's cabin.
And it was
Yeah,
a blast. We brought a deck of cards and we played cards and met people, and thank God it was safe.
yeah.
But you
It
wouldn't
was
do
a
that.
different time.
It was. But
It
that was the
was,
time of Ted Bundy. That was the time of serial killers also.
yeah. But we didn't have three
But it wasn't,
zillion and 10 media sources. It
I know,
wasn't 24/7 media
I
knowing
know,
about any of it.
I
We,
know.
we
We
weren't
didn't know about
obsessed.
serial killers. We didn't know.
Yeah, we knew to be brave. And
Yeah,
for that, I'm
street,
very
street
glad.
smart.
That's taught
You
me a
had
lot.
you had to be street smart.
It's important to be brave in all aspects of life.
It's and all the street smarts. So you had to
Yes,
develop some common sense and
absolutely.
resilience to cover yourself. Yeah.
Yes,
Oof, I could tell you some stories
yes,
about that.
yes.
But so you had, but in the dream, you thought this person was kind of showing you something. What was he showing you?
I just think maybe it was a little cautionary. You know, I I can have an addictive personality, with marijuana, even though it's now my medicine, it wasn't always.
Everyone has an addictive personality.
Okay. Thank you,
It's
Dr.
part of,
Mazzeo.
I mean, that's the human condition. Whether
Yeah,
they accept it or not, it's the case.
So, I feel similarly about the sugar in my coffee.
Caffeine,
Right.
nicotine,
Yeah.
porn,
You say,
money,
yeah,
sex.
that's another, yeah. And all of those things, So I kind of think maybe my guide was there, like, haven't seen you in a while. I had a strong attraction to him, but I also saw his benevolence. It wasn't like a sexual attraction, I don't think. It was like more like energetic, or if I could say that, but there was something in his being there and his gaze that perhaps was just saying, you've been drinking tequila every day, and this is your third bottle of white in these 3 months. So that's not so bad, you know, that's not so bad.
Mhm.
But maybe I just need to watch it.
Hmm. Okay.
Thank you, Carla. This was my psychology session.
No, no,
My
I'm your friend.
Dr. Mazzeo.
I'm your friend sitting in the basement. I'm not your psychologist.
And I'm in my treetop neighborhood
Yes,
of
you're in your
birds and squirrels, where glad to say I am one of the neighbors in
yes,
this neighborhood.
Mr. Rogers, that you belong, and
I do belong. I
that's what you
do.
said, right? That you belong, and
I
that
feel I do.
you say hello to people, and
And,
they
these
say
are
hello
like,
back.
squirrel people and bird people.
Mhm.
They're not human people.
No, no. Well, human people say hello. You have lots of visitors.
No, I'm talking about my treetop neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
I am the only human in my
Critters.
treetop neighborhood.
Okay. I get.
But it's funny when my cats go in this windowsill, they're also in the neighborhood. But
Mhm.
like the birds and the squirrels aren't like too alarmed about it. You hear a bird alarm once in a while when my cat gets outside. You'll
Right.
hear, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, bird alarm in the neighborhood! Get
Yeah.
Puma!"
Yeah.
That's very upsetting to me because I feel like, how can I be a good neighbor if I let my cat kill
Outside.
kill the neighbors?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, cats are a pain. Dogs are a pain. I have to say I'm a little I'm tired of my domesticated animals at the moment because they just want food. They just want food.
Yeah, I don't like people
They
who
want me
don't
to
like
serve them.
domesticated animals. I'm sorry, Carla. I do
Oh, I
love
know
you,
I
but
do. But
the man I met last night doesn't
I
like
have to be.
domesticated animals. I'm just like, yeah, you know what?
Who said they
Ah,
don't like domesticated?
Pisha, we have domesticated all of these animals. We're just gonna like leave them to fend for themselves. Like,
Yeah.
let's not do that. Let's
Who,
take
who said?
care of these animals that we have domesticated and that we can now adopt as family fur members,
Poor creatures. So
fur
who's
and feather members.
whole spiel about domesticated animals? Who's saying not to have
I'm
them?
not going to say, but was not to my liking.
Okay, okay. Well,
Only
I'm just
because
saying that.
obviously that's where we all want to get, to like, or not maybe all of us, but a more honoring of the animals. But we have domesticated them, we have bred them and crossbred them, and now they're in the world. So can we be on both tracks simultaneously, as like, yeah, open my home and my heart to animals, but I'm not promoting getting a puppy mill dog or something.
You mean further domestication?
Yeah.
It's tricky. It is tricky because there's the companionship. which is very nice. There's also
Amazing.
the companionship with the birds that I have, which I
Uh,
enjoy. And but animals, they have their own intention as far as um, creating their space. And um, there's always that level of dominance, unfortunately, that seems to be a part of it, or
it's
that
the
relationship.
cycle of life.
Yes,
It
yeah.
is that.
And if you don't feed me and if you don't do this,
Then I will kill your birds. I will kill your backyard birds. You had a
or
thing going with Tober,
I'll poop where you don't want me to poop.
right? You always fed the bird that Tober would kill
I
in
know the
in
baby.
Tober's bowl and not feed her and say you're going to kill it, then you're going to eat it.
Hmm.
How did that go for you, Carla?
Well, we're still working on that.
Okay,
I think she just hides it better these days.
that she killed a bird. She just doesn't bring it in the house anymore.
Maybe I don't know. I'm not. I don't
Ask the
have eyes
birds.
all around me. But it's funny because the babies, the birds bring their babies, and they bring the innocent. That has to do with the dream I think I had, and the devil,
Oh,
and kind of God's uh, the Achilles heel of kind of the story, um,
yes.
related to innocence and sacrifice. So animals will bring their young and their innocent to um, someone that they consider higher in power, and will either sacrifice and kill and eat their baby, or will protect their baby. It will go either way. And I found that with the birds over the last decade, where they would bring, and now I have a lot of species of birds, which is really lovely.
Hmm.
And each time, right now, I have a woodpecker, and the young one is in, and the blue jays, and the titmouse, and
I love the tufted titmouse.
they're
I
just so.
love the cedar waxwing. That's my favorite.
And that they'll bring the young
I
ones.
love the eastern bluebird.
Oh yeah, I have a bluebird too. I
I
saw
saw, oh, sorry.
Oriole in Rosendale, which
I
is
saw a, I never have seen a
big gold
red-winged
finch.
blackbird around here. I
Oh, I
saw a
have the red wing.
red-winged blackbird around here.
Ah, great, great. Yeah,
And the boys, Phelan and Lev, saw a pileated woodpecker in
yeah,
my little backyard. I've never
yeah.
seen a pileated woodpecker here. I've seen the smaller
Dave
red-headed
Chappelle,
woodpeckers.
Equanimity and the Bird Revelation.
I've seen a heron who lives
Yeah,
around here.
Dave Chappelle, Equanimity and the Bird Revelation. So it's
You
great.
really like Dave Chappelle. I've been watching a lot of Dave
I
Chappelle
like
lately.
the last few episodes um, of his stand up.
I'll look for it.
Yeah, the Equanimity and the Bird Revelation.
Okay.
So I kicked her in the pussy. That was his punchline, and then he built around it. I mean, and some of it, it's really raw, but it's he talks about free speech and the importance of free speech, and in comedy, it's probably the last frontier, and there's some truth in that. Um,
Yeah.
so
Well, you're the second person in 2 days who I know wants to do stand up, and I can't wait to cheer you on.
oh, thank you. I've been so busy. I'm just like constantly fixing and fixing and fixing things, and dealing with all the businesses that I don't have time um, to write or to. And so I'm trying to. Today was the first day to really just sit and try to gather
You know,
myself
you could
together.
record like in the
But
middle of this
I'm
or
putting it
that.
together. Like I'm starting to sing now and sing out loud,
I
which is
love it.
really great. And so that is helping with my voice because I've had a lot of trauma to my throat chakra,
Yes.
physically and
Yes.
literally and
Yes.
metaphorically. So
All of those
all
ways.
the above. Yes. So I'm finally singing, and
That's beautiful,
so the
Carla.
comedy is coming. I have to find my own style and my own place with it. So it's forming, and I really feel like I'm in the process. I can't rush it. I just have to let it kind of come together and coalesce, I guess.
I love it. All right, well, take your time,
But
but
thank you for your support. I appreciate that.
I mean, like, what a better place to do a comedy routine than, well, I guess it's not the best place because you don't have an audience like
No, that's
cheering you
fine
on.
because I could just
Right.
imagine the audience. I don't need a live audience.
Yeah,
I,
totally. I
that's
like how Bill Maher is handling that right
I like
now.
that too.
You
That's
have,
really
they'll have like an audience from the Met Gala or an audience from,
that's what I would
like
do.
old, and then people are
I would get
laughing
like
and
little wind up toys as my audience.
so we'll give you a laugh track and then you'll,
Yeah. I have no, I really want those little like plastic things, and little like plastic toys. I think that would be great.
okay. Oh, you were serious about
Well, just it could kind
that? That's
of.
great. So, okay, Carla, it
Anyway,
was
so
great, great
that
meeting
was it
you.
for your dream.
Oh, I
So
have to honor it.
take heed, and
How can I honor it? I'm just
what
gonna
are
honor it by like, I
what would
can't.
you call it? What
Oh, what do I call it? Beer pong? Question mark. Over it.
so you're saying
But
serve anything for you.
I like the use of the word serve in
Mm,
that because when you serve in tennis,
right. Serve
so
a drink.
that's a
Or
cool.
serve a drink,
You serve a
right?
drink.
As a
Yeah,
cocktail waitress.
yeah, right, right.
So, so yeah, it just sounds like it's a negative experience for you and really nothing positive.
Oh no, way a lot of positive.
Oh,
Make no mistake. But like, I didn't need to be alcohol that brought that on, and that took me a little while to learn. So now that I know it completely, and now I'm back drinking a little bit because I'm a little freaked out. Where this pandemic is happening. And
is
we
it really?
are. What's that?
Is it really happening?
Yeah,
Seems a little surreal.
it seems a lot of surreal.
Yes, it does, certainly.
Yeah. So, and I've heard from, friends who are nurses or who have another friend who is a nurse or a sibling, and it's really happening, Carla.
Mm,
And it's has a fear aspect for me. And I think I've talked to you about this. I don't know why this is relevant to me, but my great grandmother, whose name was Luba in the old country, and at Ellis Island, they gave her the name Lily.
really.
It was so
Do
much
that.
Luba. So she she had she's my grandmother's biological mom, and she died in the flu of 1918, which
Mm-hmm.
doesn't it just makes me know about someone who did perish in my lineage, but it doesn't. I mean, everybody is affected by that because we haven't had a pandemic in 100 something years. So 102 years. So it does have fear for me. Like, I don't want to live in fear, but I want to, wear my mask and social distance. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's interesting that this is the only thing that is being discussed right now? And that every other disease and illness is not being discussed, and that they started out with 3 symptoms?
being shortness of breath, a fever. What are the three symptoms that you're thinking of?
Yes, and a cough.
And the cough, like a shallow cough.
But don't you think that's strange that it was 3 symptoms and that this is the only thing on the news these days and it's really about the news and other things in play? You don't question it at
Oh,
all?
I do question it very much, but I'm, weighing my information with
How
Yeah,
do
I
you
think,
know what you see anymore is to be true? How do you
yeah,
know where you're getting your information from? And
right.
that
Well, if it's a
are
personal,
supported.
I have a couple personal friends who are nurses. So when
Mhm.
you know that the healthcare system is so
How
overtaxed,
many cases in New Paltz have, or Ulster County have there been? How many deaths? I just looked it up the other day.
uh, 1,000 somewhat cases, maybe more. Do you know? I don't know.
Mhm.
But I think it's like 10% of the cases result in death.
Hmm. I think it's a lot less than that.
And I might be mistaken for sure.
So, but this is about the news, and there's a lot of other things going on. Do you know about gaslighting, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What do you know about gaslighting?
I used to joke with my older son, like, you're gaslighting me.
Mhm.
It's when the person makes you feel like you're the crazy one. And there was a film in the 1940s, black and
Mhm.
white film about the husband who moves the clock every day and makes the wife feel like she's losing it little by little.
Mhm.
Right? Was that what you were gonna say?
Yeah, yep, that's the film.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Um, I mean, what I think is that, I mean, if I thought there was anybody powerful enough to have this like global conspiracy,
Mhm.
then I might entertain that. But I just I just think, people are dying, so
So you might entertain that if someone was that powerful enough.
to like plan a like a Doctor Evil
Yeah,
character
Dr. Evil, like a sociopath.
to like plan this whole global pandemic
Yeah, I know.
and then this economic, you know, hardship and this racial
And
unrest. What's
payoff too, because people are being paid off. I had a dream about the tennis and some wealthy man paying people to act, so the acting would be part of the gaslighting.
Yeah, but I'm so tired of all these like conspiracy theorists that crisis actor. Oh, she's a crisis actor. We
Well,
saw her at Parkland. We saw her at Sandy Hook. She's a crisis actor. It's like fucking fuck you. You're just conspiracy theorist. And this, the tragedy can happen to many people. And some humans look a lot alike. How different are
but
humans?
But it is true that we have to question and be able to dialogue first and foremost, and be able to have conversation. And secondly, to question what we do see in the media or in the news, because everything can be doctored and online is can be made up. And so, I mean, that's what has happened in China, correct? So this is reality we have to face and deal with. And I think that's probably why you were drinking when you were 17 and your mom, was dying or becoming ill. And the reality was a little too much. It was a little too much.
Exactly. It's exactly the parallel. Yeah. Oh, oh, Matakuyasin, my sister. Thank you. As I drink my Mexican coffee. Oh, I don't know if you actually could hear me because my mic was up here. I just want to say thank you. It's true, all of it. Cool. Next time we'll do someone else's dream.
Okay, sounds good. And we'll talk about innocence.
Holomod Metukim. Goodbye, my dear Carla.
Goodbye, Yiskah.
You can turn off your camera, did you? And then I think I just ended myself.
Okay.
but I still can talk to you. Are you saying goodbye to me too?
Mhm.
What do you have? Places to go, people to see?
No. Today I'm watching Netflix and I'm playing
Ooh,
tennis in my basement.
I want to hang out with you and watch Netflix at a social distance from each other.
That would be awesome.
You could
I
sit in
I have
my,
some good picks. I have good picks, and Netflix is awesome.
well, tell me what's your pick for me today?
Well, I've been interested in watching Versailles,
Okay.
and so I've been in that series. And
What is it, like a fashion? Like a,
Versailles, no, it's King Louis of France.
oh, Versailles, France.
Yes, it's a time period piece.
Oh, I love
I
timepieces.
know. Yeah, I think you would find it interesting.
This might still be recording.
It is because I see it.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna go.
All right.
I would love to catch up with you though
Ciao. Ciao, Bella.
another time. Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, ciao.
Talk soon.